Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for July 19th. We are looking at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed higher, did gap down at the open, has retraced that gap. We are looking for this pair overall to move sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 87.67, possibly as low as 85.92. Look for some resistance around 87.25 and look for some support around 86.25. Okay, now looking at the Euro USD pair, this pair closed higher. It did gap down, filled that gap. We are looking for this pair to continue moving to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 130.60, possibly as low as 127.85. Look for some resistance around 135.25 and look for some support around 125.50. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair gapped down, did close that gap, but moved lower all the rest of the session pretty much after tagging this high and closed lower. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 154.32, possibly as low as 151.05. Look for some resistance around 152.95. and look for some support around 151.50. Okay, now the US Swiss, this particular pair closed higher during today's session. It is moving sideways. It did gap down a significant amount, but has retraced that gap during this first session. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 106.21, possibly as low as 103.86. Look for some resistance around 105.92. and look for some support around 104.25. Well, that about does it for that. As far as news announcements, we have the Bank of Canada releasing their rate decision tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they are going to hold at, they're going to move from 0.50% to 0.75%. So definitely keep an eye on that. Could be some good news for the Canadian dollar. Now, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, take a look at the U.S. Swiss. We have a swing trade opportunity here that's been created. We have multiple exit opportunities or exit placement. Let me just draw some of these for you. So we have a buy, looking for a buy to the upside right here. As the market moves up, buy and look to exit. Exit here and then exit here. Or you could move to break even and trail your stop up each time. Or you could enter with 3 lots and exit the first 2 fairly quick and then leave the second one. The first one's about a 50 pip move, an 83 pip move, and then about a 100 pip move. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Now looking at the US-Japanese yen pair, we have an inside bar that's been created, inside bar trade, potentially, depending on which direction it moves, either to the upside or the downside. We have to zoom out a little ways for the downside view. Basically, we're looking at previous support. Where would that be? We have a very good clue as to where that would be during this time frame. So we have our first area of support that we're going to look at, and then much further down, another area of support. Let's zoom in, maybe scrunch it up a little bit. There we go. Basically, what we're looking to do on this, we have an inside bar. It means it has a lower high than the previous bar and a higher low than the previous bar. Basically looking to sell at the 86.25 mark, looking for it to come down, potentially exiting here for a little bit quicker of a trade or moving to break even and seeing if it'll run on down. To the upside, a similar deal. We have a buy and looking to exit here at this first area of previous support, which would now be resistance, which was resistance over here as well. Now what does that look like from a pip standpoint? We have basically about a 51 pip move there to the downside, which we're a little bit closer to, I believe, about a 40 pip move, and then coming on further about a 144 move. Now, what I want to show you on the 4-hour time frame is that it really doesn't matter what time frames you trade. There are always opportunities that are around. I just kind of wanted to bring this home by taking a quick glance at the 4-hour time frame. You notice we have an inside bar on the 4-hour time frame as well. So this same setup you could do on the 4-hour time frame. Now on the the Euro USD pair, this particular pair, we have a swing trade opportunity. It's pretty tight and it's pretty much tagged it already, but nonetheless it's there. And the pound US dollar pair, we have another inside bar on the 4-hour time frame. So you can look for a breakout between these two. And the US Swiss on the 4-hour time frame, we really don't have an inside bar or a swing trade bar as of yet. We did have an inside bar here. The reason I'm showing you this is just to show you that if you look on the 4-hour time frame, if you only trade the day, if you look on the 4-hour time frame, you get a lot of the same advantages of the day, but just more frequency, and you can have a few more trades than the day time frame. And there are always trades to be had, and that's just looking at inside bars and swing trades. So if you add in several other triggers, trading systems or trading styles that have trading setups like that, you'll be able to find an endless number of trades. Well, until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.